Do you have authentic marketing as part of your web strategy? Stay tuned as we talk about keeping it real. I'm Lee Drozek, digital strategist and WordPress designer, and today we are talking about authentic marketing and how people love authenticity. So in 2017, there was a consumer study done of 2,000 people that were surveyed from the US, the UK, and Australia. And it was about how content that they were consuming were influencing their buying decisions. And here are the results, or some of the results of that study. So 60% of consumers said that content from family and friends influence their purchasing decisions, while just 23% said that content from celebrities and influencers were impactful. And 70% of the time, consumers are able to distinguish between what's real and what's not. And then also 20% of consumers, 30% of them being millennials, had said that they have unfollowed a brand on social media because they felt that the content was inauthentic. So basically, you want to keep it real on your website and in your marketing. And here are some ways that you can do that. You want to have a realistic perception of reality. So what does that mean? That means that making $600,000 in 60 days for most people is not realistic. It is not something that they can achieve or do. Not that it can't be done, but there are very few people who can. So instead of making these big, bold claims because that's what you're told to make or that's what you think will sell, come back with some realistic things that you have achieved for your clients. It could be that you added 100 people a day to someone's list. That's important for someone who's starting at zero and trying to get to 1,000. Or it could be that your conversion rate on your sales calls is 80%. That tells people that you know how to make a sales call and you can probably teach me how to do it too. Or that could be that traffic on a website is 5,000 visitors a day. By me being able to show you that that's the traffic I get, you can see that it is doable. So the second thing is you want to be thoughtful in what you are telling people. You want to make sure that you are being open-minded in your thinking because everybody's situation is different and you need to be able to address those differences. You also want to make sure that you are open to learning from your mistakes, meaning that if you make a mistake, figure out how to correct it and be the first person to say, hey, I screwed up and here's how I fixed it, or hey, I screwed up, here's how it went wrong. I don't want you to make the same mistakes. Instead of just glossing over the failures, you want to make sure that you learn from it or that you take accountability and you put it out there, because everybody isn't in this particular box of perfectionism. Just like on your website, if you make a spelling error on your website and somebody comes back and says, hey, you've got a spelling error on your website, rather than saying, that was my virtual assistant, I swear to God she never does anything right, say, you know what, hey, thanks for pointing that out to me. I was able to fix that right away, because then that what shows me is that you're real and you're making mistakes and you're owning up to them, and that is part of being authentic. So there's a lot of other ways that you can add authenticity into your marketing and to your website. Find a way that works for you and find a way that you can connect with your audience by you being you. So keep watching as we continue to talk about ways to improve your website marketing and your digital strategies.